We're Pam and Gilbert of Two Bikes for Adventure. We've been touring on folding bikes for years, but recently we've been intrigued by the many senior-age couples who breeze past us on their electric bikes. They demonstrate that e-bikes not only flatten hills, but may even out the difference in fitness levels between cycling companions. We did some research to see if electric bikes are something we'd consider for the future. On a flat road, a typical bicycle needs about 75 watts to reach 20 kilometers per hour. Going up a 10% grade hill at half that speed requires about 250 watts, which is also the maximum continuous power allowed for electric bikes in much of the world. An important distinction in electric bikes is whether they work on the principle of pedal assist or power on demand. Both types have a maximum speed programmed by the manufacturer. A pedal assist or Class 1 e-bike uses sensors on the pedal crank to adjust the electric motor power setting. The power ratio between the rider and the motor is controlled through a pedal assist mode selector, which has 3 levels on the Brompton Electric and 5 on Avadar C3. As the bike approaches its maximum speed, the motor assistant gradually reduces. Power assistance is automatically cut off when the rider stops pedaling. In contrast, a Class 2 e-bike, such as the Fido D11, is a power-on-demand type, using a throttle that eliminates the need for the rider to pedal, similar to an electric motorbike or moped. Some jurisdictions have strict regulations about Class 2 e-bikes, and they're actually illegal in some countries. If you're interested in a throttle e-bike, you'll have to confirm that they're permitted in your area. When we were offered the chance to evaluate a pedal assist e-bike, the Avadar C3, we were happy to practice some more hands-on research. Out of the box, the Avadar C3 requires some assembly. It comes with a basic multi-tool, but we recommend adding your own heavy-duty pedal wrench. The process involves installing the front handlebar, front wheel, pedals, and seat post, which can be done in about 30 minutes. We performed a safety check and some fine-tuning before our first ride, and adjusted the front brake because one of the pads was touching the brake rotor. The front and rear gear mechanism and the rear brake worked well with no further adjustment. The battery charger is included with the bike, as is a user manual. Designed as an all-terrain bike, the C3 comes in sport and city models. Ours was the city, with a rear rack rated for 10 kilograms, and front and rear fenders. The flat handlebar is 710 millimeters wide and has robust hand grips. For riding in cold weather with thick gloves, these military-grade looking hand grips provided excellent control. On longer summer rides, they may be less comfortable. The classic diamond frame is made of aluminum, and cables are internally routed through the top tube for a cleaner look. The cylindrical mid-drive motor mounting enclosure has more of an industrial style compared to the sleek line of the embedded battery enclosure. The overall appearance doesn't scream e-bike and may attract less unwanted attention. The adjustable seat post can accommodate riders from 165 to 185 centimeters, but the stem height is not adjustable. The frame is available in medium and large. The wheelbase is the same on both, but the large has a 1 centimeter higher standover and a 2.5 centimeter longer seat tube. It weighs 27 kilograms and is rated for riders up to 124 kilograms. The C3 is equipped with a 250 watt mid-drive motor. Its 85 Newton-meter torque is almost twice as much as a typical entry-level hub motor e-bike, such as the Brompton Electric or the Fido. Another unusual feature is its 2 front chainrings, 32 and 42 teeth. Coupled with the Shimano Altus 8-speed cassette, 12 to 32 teeth, and Shimano trigger shifters, the 16-speed combination provides a decent 350% range of 2.2 to 7.6 meters of development. As opposed to a hub motor, the mid-drive motor can leverage those 16 gears to full advantage, optimizing power efficiency. The motor is surprisingly quiet, even when climbing. While this bike can reach upwards of 40 kilometers per hour, it would require a minimum cadence of 90 RPM. As the cyclist pedals faster, the electrical assistance gradually decreases, making it challenging to reach 45 kilometers per hour unless going downhill. The C3 comes with front and rear hydraulic disc brakes, which are very effective in stopping the heavy bike. The 52-584 all-terrain CST jet tires contribute to a comfortable ride, particularly on damaged streets or dirt roads. On dry, smooth pavement, their knobby tread is overkill, so upgrading to a smoother tire would improve rolling resistance. The front suspension provides 100 millimeters of travel, equivalent to a basic mountain bike, and can be adjusted to terrain conditions. This means that the C3 can handle a wide variety of surfaces, including pavement, cobblestones, gravel roads, and easy mountain bike trails. The suspension adds to the overall weight, but an electric bike is already heavier than a non-powered bike. Buttons next to the color screen provide selection of the 5 power modes, as well as a power assist walking mode. The interface also displays speed, distance, battery status, and access to configuration menus. The power button also controls the headlight. The information is visible in both bright sunlight and night conditions. Note that during high power demand, the battery level percentage displayed has a tendency to drop suddenly, a common problem known as battery sag. A variation of up to 20% can occur within a few seconds, leaving the rider puzzled about the actual battery status. It usually returns to normal after the power surge subsides or when the bike stops. The 36-volt, 360 watt-hours lithium battery is embedded in the down tube and locks into position with a key. It can be charged on the bike or removed for charging. A full recharge takes about 4 hours. Pressing the light at the top of the battery indicates blue at full power. When we received our bike, the battery was already fully charged. Battery range depends on terrain, selected power setting, and ambient temperature. In our range test, we covered a distance of 70 kilometers at an average power setting of 2 on a relatively flat terrain at an outside temperature of 0 degrees Celsius, and still left a buffer of 20%. Expect a drop of 30 to 40% in performance when using a lithium battery at low temperature. The Avadar C3 is rated for temperatures down to minus 20 degrees Celsius. Like we experienced with lithium-powered mobile phones, the battery effectiveness of the bike is expected to decrease after 500 full recharge cycles, in this case about 50,000 kilometers. The C3's $2,000 price tag positions it in the more affordable end of the quality e-bike spectrum. A new battery is priced at $500. The range of terrain the C3 can handle makes it a good choice for traveling on hilly roads and trails of various conditions. City dwellers who have to deal with damaged or poorly maintained streets will also appreciate the large wheels, solidity, smooth motor assistance, comfortable tires, and front suspension. The C3 is versatile enough for commuting during the week and gravel riding on the weekend. Like any full-size bike, the C3 needs a secure storage space. Regularly carrying its 27 kilos up and down stairs would be a workout in itself. The particular strengths of the Avadar C3 are its high-torque mid-drive motor, dual front chainring, torque sensor power management, adjustable suspension, and hydraulic brakes. Factors that could be improved include battery voltage sag and poor English translation of the user manual. One disadvantage of the C3 is that it's not available in a size for smaller riders. Neither a rear light nor a horn or bell is included, so riders should supply their own according to local laws. The C3 is a solid bike, but since it's new on the market, its reliability is still to be demonstrated. We're used to supplying all our own power when cycling, so riding an e-bike was like having a constant tailwind, and we felt like we were suddenly in great shape. Terrain and distance would no longer be an issue as long as the battery has enough power. Cycling with assistance off is not particularly hard, although we definitely notice the weight of the bicycle. With assistance on, the Avadar is a pleasure to ride. The power assist is smooth and predictable, and the riding position is comfortable. For longer trips, we might upgrade the hand grips. It doesn't take much effort to reach 30 or 35 kilometers per hour, but the large size of the C3 makes it susceptible to crosswinds, so we had to be careful at higher speeds. Exceeding 35 kilometers per hour required significantly more human force and was less enjoyable. The standover height is rather high. We'd prefer a step-through frame like on Avadar's upcoming C5 model. We can definitely see the advantages of a pedal assist bike with adjustable suspension like the Avadar C3. It serves a different purpose than our everyday ride, but could open up opportunities to ride in conditions that are less suitable for a Brompton. We thank Avadar for providing us with the opportunity to evaluate the C3. For more information about Avadar's electric bikes, see the description below for a link to their website. We hope that we can all channel the power of electric bikes to enjoy years of cycling adventures.